Let's make the perfect commercial Nigerian crunchy milky chin-chin recipe ever. Now this is the best recipe on YouTube, no cap. Hi viewers, welcome to my vlog channel. My name is Susan and this is where I share all things vlog, family, commercial recipes, how to earn money on the site and lots more. So if you want to see my commercial crunchy chin-chin mix, check the description box and I'll leave the link to that video. So for the wet item, I'm making use of margarine. You can make use of softened butter, water and egg. Yes, that is all. So to my dry item, I'm just going to create a hole in the center of my Nigerian commercial crunchy milky chin-chin mix, and I'm going to add my margarine or butter into the bowl at the center of the dry item. Then I'm also going to break in my large egg. Now you need to check the description box beneath this video for 1, the recipe to my Nigerian commercial milky chin-chin mix, and 2, the written recipe and the measurements of this wet item to my Nigerian commercial crunchy milky chin-chin. Trust me, you do not want to miss this recipe. Now always remember that you do not break your egg over your mixing bowl so that you don't have eggshells in your mixture. Then next, I'm going to be adding water little by little and I'm going to be mixing with my fingers. Now, unlike bread and unlike donuts, your mixing of your chin-chin is not going to mix with all your power or the energy, African energy. No, your chin-chin, just like my meat pie, your chin-chin is going to be pampered. That says your dough is going to be pampered. Don't use your fist to mix. No, no, no. Don't use your fist to mix. Use your fingers to mix this carefully. After you've added your butter and your egg, you're going to mix your ingredients together till it has this breadcrumbs texture before you start adding your water little by little till you get this dough that is not sticking to your hand, it's not sticking to your fingers or your bowl, and it's smooth. And you're not doing this with your strength at all. If you mix it with your strength, like, or use your fist, you're going to end up with a tough, hard chin-chin, and you do not want that. So this is just how you want your milky chin-chin dough to look like. Then the next thing you're going to do, just like my 300 pieces of commercial meat pie that I did, you're going to just leave this dough to rest for a minimum of 30 minutes. Yes, you just want the gluten to rest. You want the flour to relax. You want the ingredients to relax well. Don't skip this step. After this, you're going to get your wooden rolling pin and your pizza cutter, and you're going to flour your work surface a little bit. You're going to cut a little portion of your Nigerian commercial milky chin-chin dough. You're going to use your fingers to spread it out on your work surface, and you're going to roll out this to about 1/4 inch, not so fat, not so flat and not too thick, and you're going to cut out your desired shape. Make sure you flour your work surface just the way I'm doing. Flour your tray, that is your baking tray. You're going to place the chin-chin cut out. And do you also know that you can cut this out like this? That is your chin-chin mix. You can cut it out like this and then you can freeze them for later. That's why you need to check the description box, because I'm going to be leaving so many tips, so many tutorials in the link of the written recipe. It's also the holiday season. Yes, it's almost over, so my son will be helping out in subsequent clip. He has been disturbing me. I want to cut chin-chin. I want to cut chin-chin. You're going to be seeing him doing his own cutting. Children, and this is one recipe you're going to love with your family. It's very, very easy to make. You can make it in advance. You can make the dough, the chin-chin dough in advance and use for later. You can also make the mix in advance and use for later. You can also make the milky chin-chin dough, cut it out and put in a Ziploc bag and freeze or refrigerate and use for later. Trust me, this recipe has so many variations. So if you want me to share the variations of this recipe, the different flavor, blah blah blah, leave that in the comment section. I want to see you engage in the comment section. Leave me your thoughts, your flavor preferences, what you want me to share about my commercial Nigerian Crunchy Milky Chin-Chin, and I will share that. So leave it in the comment section. So you can cut this into the different shape that you want. You can cut it in stripes, tiny stripes. You can cut it into this box or square shapes. You can use any different shape you want. The idea is just make sure you're rolling out. When you roll out your commercial chin-chin dough, is not too thick. If it's too thick, when it gets into the heat, into oil, it's going to be fat, and so fat you don't want it. I want it looking cute and beautiful. Yes. Today's special Vasha org is for Nina Chuku, Ebino Faith, and Esther Solomon. Thank you guys so much for your support and for joining this family. To my OGs, thank you guys so much. You guys are the big in the most special community I've ever had. Thank you so much, my OGs, for your support. And to all my new viewers or old viewers that have been watching, have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? After all this free, no fail commercial recipes I've been sharing, what are you waiting for? Oh yeah, go to the comment section, subscribe, go to the comment section now, and subscribe and leave me in the comment section. Hi, I'm new here, and I promise I'm going to leave you a special virtual hug in my next video. So you keep rolling out your commercial milky chin-chin dough, and you keep cutting it and putting it on your floured work surface. The reason you are putting it on your floured work surface so that it doesn't stick to each other. I make sure there are a little bit of gaps in between the ones that are already in the tray, and then you go straight to frying. Or if you're not frying yet, you can just keep this in a Ziploc bag and freeze it for later or refrigerate it for later. It's going to be fine. So yeah, this is my son finally doing his own. Shall want to do chin chin. So I'm going to be frying this. I've been doing lots of frying today. Milky donuts and the like. By the way, my milky donuts recipe is on this channel already. If you have not seen it yet, go and watch that video. Trust me, it's the best milky donut recipe you can see on YouTube. Yes, no cap. So this is not a new oil. This is oil I've been using to fry milky donuts since morning, and I'm just going to fry my chin-chin inside. That's how you see some flour residue under it, and it is not clear. So I inserted my skewer at the center to know if my oil is hot enough. You don't want your oil to be extremely hot. If it's too hot, your Nigerian commercial milky chin-chin is going to get brown quickly and practically burnt. You don't like that. You don't want that. So once you see little bubbles gathering around your skewer that you inserted in the middle of your pan or of your oil, that means your oil is ready. The temperature is okay for frying. So I'm just going to add my milky chin-chin cut out just like this. You see the way I'm gathering it from my tray, and I'm adding it. The way I'm gathering it, I'm indirectly sieving out the excess flour, and I'm going to be frying this. And when you are frying, you want to make sure that you are stirring it with your frying spoon. Don't use a wooden stick like I usually do in my puff puff and small chops recipes. If you have seen those videos, don't use that. Use your frying spoon to stir so that you can stir it very well. You know, chin chin are small, so you don't want them sticking together. You don't want them getting burnt. You don't want some to get burnt. So you want to stir this very well. And yes, something I want to say. Some people will say when your oil is foaming oil, it means your recipe is bad. It means your chin chin, the egg or the milk is too much. Blah blah blah. Please don't listen to them. please don't listen to them. It is not true. That is why you need to check the description box beneath this video to see reasons why you will notice foam on your oil, and to see if it is actually true, or if what they are saying is a might. So once you've fried it, just be stirring it little by little as you're frying often. Then you keep checking the color. You notice your color is going to go from a pale white to a little shade of brown, and then to a perfect not so brown color. That shows that your chin-chin is ready. Also, you notice that when you lift or scoop out the chin-chin a little bit, you'll notice that it's going to be light in your frying spoon. And you're going to hear this clingy or kind of sound in your frying spoon. That shows that your chin-chin are fried. So these are some of the ways your chin-chin is fried. Apart from the color, the sound, and the weight is going to change. So this is how to know your chin-chin are fried. And look at these perfect babies. Now you can pour this into a strainer to strain out the excess oil, or you can turn it into a spread serviette, onto a spread serviette like this, like what I did here. And then you continue again with frying till you have exhausted the cutout, just the way I've done like this. So after you fried it, you can package this to sell, or you just keep it in an airtight container for your family. So don't tell me again that there's no snacks in your house, or it's take you time to do snacks, or try out this chin-chin recipe. I've told you the different stages can be prepped ahead and stored for later. The Nigerian NEPA situation is not going to affect it. Yes. So you need to check description box for 1, the commercial Nigerian Milky Chin-Chin mix. 2, the written recipe to this Nigerian commercial Milky Chin-Chin. And yes, loads of tips and tutorials. If you have followed this recipe well to this point, your Nigerian commercial Milky Chin-Chin recipe should be looking this perfect at the end of the day. Soft, crunchy, milky, perfect, delicious. You just name it. So guys, that is all for me for today. See you in subsequent video.